Enticing games, enticing series, and of course the Connor Bedard sweepstakes tonight. And it's being said, and I absolutely agree with this, no matter which team gets them, the juvenile fan base of certain fan bases, all 32, will believe it's fixed. The NHL can't win. So in that case, have at her. That's at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, the draft lottery. And you know he's going to go first. You know, there's always going to be some outrider. Well, if you look at the stats, no. Connor Bedard's going first overall. That's who's going first overall. Unless something happens between now and then, that's what's happening. They probably have him in bubble wrap as we speak. I'm popping. I'm excited. What else today on the show? We have our poet laureate in John Allaire is going to do a song about Connor. Connor's new digs. We were just rehearsing it, baby, and like the drummer didn't show up, so I've got to step in. So it's going to be scary. Actually, John's singing. Don't worry, you won't have to hear me sing. We got more of that coming up. It's going to be fun. Taking your phone calls. The situation as it stands now, nobody's eliminated yet, but one team is on the brink. And man, you know, Peter, this is Twitter in a nutshell. Stay away from my kitten, baby. It's on the review, Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. Mick, Peter, and Tyler. Rangers need a head coach. Remember, when you're watching the 8 teams remaining in the playoffs, some of them are banged up and we don't know what. It's a state secret. I get why. I'm not arguing with that. I wouldn't tell you either because players do target it. Don't think they don't. Absolutely they do. If you're a man hockey player, under review. I've been there, done that. Under review, Sirius XM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. Mick and Peter with you. Peter, I'm getting texts from somebody saying, my daughter's listening and she'd like you to stop interrupting Peter. No, it's a talk show. I am going to interrupt Peter. Tell your daughter to go get an education. Get off the streets.
It's a talk show.
Don't tell me what to do in my own show. Speaking of which, I brought someone who used to tell me what to do all the time. Peter and Mick, and your phone calls, 1-877-645-6696. We're not polite on this show. This is not a Canadian talk show. My favorite talk shows are American sports talks. They're rude, they're belligerent, but they have a great time. And that's what we do here. So I'm going to interrupt all the time. You don't like it? Listen to somewhere else. I don't care. Tell your daughter to go get an education. She can run the station and fire me. Okay, that'll take I got about 10 years then. We're talking the playoffs. Any of the 8 teams, any of the 4 series. Our poet laureate, call you Poet. That's going to be a good name. It's kind of a street name. John Allaire from Ottawa. Well, Winchester, actually, hanging out with Mo Robinson there, is in the studio. You've heard him before. He's done a song for us a number of times. He's going to do a song today about Connor Bedard. John, good to have you in the studio, by the way, sir.
Good to be here.
Yeah, good to see you. You're looking
T-Dot.
You're looking fine.
Well, I'm doing my best. You have a much better green room than a lot of the places I play, I have to say. But you didn't cut the crusts off the sandwiches.
Yeah, that was Peter, but Peter's a busy man.
Sorry, John. I apologize.
That's why I interrupt him, because he's not a good crust cutter. Yeah.
But I like grapes.
Oh, you've got a lot of grapes. So we're going to get to the calls here, and you're going to jump in. What's the hockey? Tell the hockey you play. Give us your resume quickly.
All right, quickly. When I was in minor hockey, played in Ottawa East and Ottawa South. It was A back then. There was no AA or AAA and all that kind of stuff. It was just A, B, and C. And I played against, for most of my minor hockey, I played against Steve Yzerman. I played with him on his line, in fact, a few times.
So where'd it go wrong? He's a multimillionaire and you're hanging out with me. I mean, come on, John.
Yeah, but his songwriting's garbage.
Yeah, I heard that.
And so I played with him, and then I quickly had a cup of coffee in the Ontario Hockey League, or it was the OHA back then. Yeah, the association in Niagara Falls, and then went to Smiths Falls, and then started circling the drain, and decided that music was my life.
And it has been ever since. Okay, so you played at a pretty high level, and you know guys who played in the league and all that. How much effect does a coach have? Because we just saw Gerald Gallant get fired from the Rangers. And look, they always take the blame. They get too much of the... I've been told by people who played the highest level, they get too much of the credit, too much of the blame.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's in the middle is where it lies, you know.
Of course.
With all of this stuff. I can't speak at the professional level because I didn't play professional hockey, and these guys are making a lot more money than my stipend in the
That's right.
in the OHA. But coaches can, if they're good motivators, can and if they understand each individual player. But if they just, if they're just loud and breaking sticks in dressing rooms and stuff like that won't speak to everybody. So
and also that wears out pretty quickly.
It does, and then you just forget what they're saying after all that stuff happens. But if they take the time to figure out each player and what motivates them, then I think they can have a good effect. But I mean, they certainly take a lot of the blame too when things go south.
It's the easy person to fire. I'm not saying it's not wrong. It's just the easy thing to do. Before, as Peter said, the GM's going to fire the coach before he fires himself.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
We're dying here. You're out. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I still need the sandwiches without the crust. 1-877-645-6696. Peter, where are we going across North America?
Hey, Mick, let's head out to Tony, Palm Beach, Florida.
Oh, to be in Florida. Go ahead, Tony. You're on Under Review. Thanks for calling.
Hey, all right. Thanks for taking my call this morning, guys.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the President's Trophy and the curse of it, actually. As a Panthers fan, we got to taste it. We got snake bitten last year. Greatest season in franchise history. And not a very good showing in the playoffs. But I'm noticing that we're not the only team that's gone through this. Tampa Bay recently had the greatest season in their franchise history and got bounced out, got swept by the Blue Jackets. But during the Bruins series, they kept showing it over and over again of the President's Cup and the curse, the last 10 teams, I guess. But no one's really talking about what those teams did the next season. I know Florida made this one, huge trade, getting rid of Jonathan Huberdeau, bringing in Matthew Tkachuk. It made a huge difference, but we snuck into the playoffs, literally, and they've been doing really well ever since. I know, look at what Tampa Bay's done since that debacle. They've won 2 Stanley Cups since then. So I'm wondering, have some other teams experienced this and then turned around and just been, incredible? And does this also mean, and I'm not a Bruins fan here at all, but does this mean that we ought to watch out for the Bruins next year, maybe as a 7 or an 8 seed, to run roughshod through the playoffs? Just want to get you guys' opinion. I'll hang up and listen.
Yeah, okay. I'm not superstitious. I'm not religious. I don't believe in curses, but I do believe in patterns. And you are correct to point out that these teams didn't suddenly get bad. They had a bad stretch. The other team set up their game plan to muck them up. Columbus didn't go very far after that. Tampa won the next 2 cups and went to the cup final, as you said. So it's not like suddenly they're a bad team. The team did what they had to, the opposing team. Tampa was up 3-0, I think, in that first game. Big save by Bobrovsky. He's on the scene again. And that's what happens. They didn't panic. They didn't fire everybody. They didn't listen to the media and the fans. They did what they had to do. They did the changes they did. They stayed the course because they knew they had a good team. And one bad playoff series, one 10-day stretch does not necessarily make you a bad team. If it continues every spring for 7 or 8 years, then you have, again, a pattern. Boston next year, you look at their contracts, they're a lot of their young guys are locked up. The really good players are still young. You've got a couple guys that may not play anymore. That'll be a loss to them, the Bergerons and Krejcis and that, absolutely. But they're not going to suddenly go away. Will they go down to 3rd place, maybe the wild card? That's possible. Will the goaltending be as good the second time? We'll see. John, you played. You can have a bad week. It happens. But in the playoffs, you can't afford a bad week.
No, and you have to remember you're dealing with human beings here too. So if you're being told you're the best, you're reading your own press, you're on top of the world and everything, you can start to believe it,
right?
And then the motivators, the other teams out there are saying, well, we got a gun for them. So I mean, in that first series, Florida just threw everything they had, garbage cans, everything they had,
and they won by 1 goal.
Yeah, they won by 1 goal, but they threw everything they had out there.
Yeah.
And Boston, I mean, they were caught off guard. They were trying to go up the middle. Florida was clogging the middle. They were the first pass out of their zone. Florida was pushing them, so they were forcing them to make mistakes. And it's just they're human beings. They've got brains, they've got egos, they've got all these things. And if those things all come together, then you've got trouble. So, like human beings, they might have learned from their mistakes, and that's why the second and third year teams that have gone through the curse have they do better.
Right.
They do
That's
better.
right. No, absolutely. 1-877-645-6696. Let's go back to the phones. Peter, who you got for us?
All right, Mick, let's go to Bryn in Sarnia, Ontario today.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead. You're on Under Review. Go ahead.
Hey, keep it short. You guys keep on mentioning better players and that Florida hasn't played a good game yet, and on and on. And I'm noticing a trend that the league is sort of sending, and kind of the refs too, but I don't want to get into that. And I've been watching my whole life, and I'm noticing that each year in the playoffs, the better teams get ousted. And I think that's because it's becoming less about who's better at hockey and who's better at smashing each other up, which I'd love to see it go the other way.
Wait a minute, that's part of hockey, though. But smashing up is part of hockey. It's not.
Smashing up is a part of hockey.
Yeah, it's a part of hockey.
I believe that it shouldn't be the ultimate decider. I want to see goals. I want to see.
That's your taste, but that's your taste. I don't agree. I appreciate you saying that, but it's not like you're making it sound like it's a negative. I like good, tough hockey.
If Florida hasn't played a good hockey game,
no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. In fact,
you did say
no,
that.
No. Let me paraphrase. Hang on. Let me paraphrase. Put him down, please. All right, my show. Thank you very much. You're darn right, John. I haven't changed much, have I? Yeah. I was in the press conferences with the coach for the Florida Panthers, sir, Paul Maurice. And you know what he said on the second press conference? We haven't played a good game yet. The coach said that, not some stupid guy named Mick Kern. The coach of the Florida Panthers said, we haven't played a good game yet. Peter, did they play a great game last night? Not a great game. They did what they had to do. Toronto, I'm giving them credit, but neither team scares me right now like Seattle
that is true.
Or Vegas or Edmonton. Or those are the teams that look impressive to me. So when this guy's going at me, the coach said, we haven't played a good game yet.
An entire game? No. Out of the three that were played so far in this series, that was probably not their most effective game. They didn't have a forecheck. The physicality for Florida wasn't there. But what they did was clog up that neutral zone. And whenever Toronto was in that offensive zone, which was very limited at times, they collapsed in front of the net and made it
they did what they had to do.
Very easy for Bobrovsky to make the one save, clear it out, and that's what they did. So Florida managed the game. You are not going to be, Mick, 100% all the time. Every game you're going to be out there.
But what
because
I got
you're going
out
to
of
be pressed by the other team.
Well, of course. But what I got out of Paul Maurice is full credit to the win. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
He's saying, I know they can give me more. I know this team
more
can
in
play
the tank.
better.
Right.
I'm not denigrating the Florida Panthers. I'm saying they can. And if you're a Leaf fan, you should be scared of that. If Florida can play better, let's start to see it.
Right, and so Florida's probably thinking, geez, we haven't gotten anything from Toronto at all, other than 10 minutes of the third period and a little bit of the first period.
Pretty much.
Right, so is there something left, some sort of magical elixir that they're going to have in the series? I don't know that. And it's hard to say that they're going to do that when there was just giveaway after giveaway in that game and 50-50 marks and Ryan O'Reilly giving away. That's, we rarely see that.
Luckily, they didn't score on that one.
Yeah.
He got bailed out. John, you heard the caller. That's his opinion. That's fine. But I'm going to push back that he wants more this and that. I hear that from a younger generation of fans. I'm not sure that gentleman is. But I still want hitting, and I still want hockey to be a nasty sport. I'm not talking fighting. I'm not talking hits from behind. I'm not talking cheap shots, though I'll take some cheap shots because we love the anger in hockey. Again, this is the thing I always get in with callers, and some agree and some don't, and I'm all right with that. But I'm going to push back, is that there is no one way to play hockey, is there?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was going to try to interrupt you, but I didn't.
You should have.
I didn't.
You're
have
good at
it. Define what Paul Maurice said, that they haven't played a good game yet. But define what a good game is. They're winning.
They won.
They won.
That's right.
Isn't that the objective? So,
yes.
So they found ways to win.
Yes.
And you start thinking about the old Philadelphia Flyers, the Broad Street Bullies. They found ways to win. They weren't the most talented guys out there. They were tough. They scared guys. So that's another way to win hockey, as long as you stay out of the box and you can.
Yeah, in modern hockey, that's right.
Yeah.
Are you winning? But what he's saying, I think, Maurice, and he's one of the smarter coaches in his press conference.
From Sault Ste. Marie, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Where my wife is from.
Your manager, Lisa, the talent in the group.
One street over.
Absolutely. Yeah. It runs in the family.
Yeah.
He's like, I want my team to do more. Because he understands that a coach always wants more, doesn't he? He's never satisfied, is he?
Yeah, but they're always looking ahead too. They always talk about no, we're taking it one game at a time, but they're not.
But they're not.
They're not,
right.
because they have to. They see patterns in their own team, and then they looking down the road and say, okay, we might have gotten away with this a couple of times, but this is where it might end. So they need to look down the road and say, well, what are we going to have to do tomorrow because this worked today, but that's not where it ends.
And I think that's very much the situation. If they get past Toronto, they're going to, well, we're a little early. When we come back, you have a song for us.
I do, yeah.
Okay, so because Connor Bedard, tonight, Peter, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, right?
Full coverage. We'll see who wins the lottery.
Okay, so our poet laureate is sitting here. I call you Laurie. And, or just Poe. And we're going to do a song. We'll get back to the phone. Don't go anywhere. Still want the phone calls. Yeah, Florida can play better, but they're up 3-0. I mean, that's the catbird seat, folks. It's under review.
Welcome back to Under Review here on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. A special feature for all you folks listening in. Don't forget to call 1-877-645-6696. That is the number to call. We will continue to take your phone calls here on the mighty Channel 91. But our poet laureate, John Allaire, in studio today. He's playing the guitar. I don't know what kind of guitar that is. And he's got the harmonica as well. And Mick Kern, he's playing, the bass guitar. You should see this, folks. You should see this. All right, let's turn on their mics. Do I count the 3, 2, 1?
No.
You okay?
John, set up the song.
Oh, John's here to set up the song.
Yeah.
Well, as we know, I've got this is my life. Everybody's tuning around me when I'm trying to talk. This happens every time.
Where's the beer?
So as we all know, Connor Bedard is probably going to go first. He will go first, and I thought. Now I get asked by the station here to do songs all the time, and we thought we'd do one for the draft lottery day. And this one's called Connor's New Digs. Now he's, when you get drafted by somebody, presumably you're going to play there for a while, and so he's going to have to find a place somewhere. So I wrote a little song, and if Mick can ever find the tune on his Dan Electro Longhorn bass over there.
Cheap bass.
Yeah, well.
Cheap player.
then we'll play.
Jazz. You want to give it a try?
I do.
All right, let's go.
Here we go. What's the name of the song again, John?
Connor's New Digs. Here we go.
Connor's New
Figure
Digs.
out where he's going to go.
Give me a C. No, I don't like that. Keep talking for a minute.
Okay.
It's live music, folks. What else do you want? We got a bit of time.
Yeah, you at the back. Get out of the chip dip.
Hey, give me a second. I don't like that. I don't like that. Should have brought the Fender. All right, keep going.
All right, so I had to do. Now I wrote this song a few weeks ago, when just before the season ended. But I still think everybody that's in this song is in the draft lottery. I mean, they're not in the playoffs, so I think they're still in the lottery.
So it's going to be a big
notice
draft lottery here tonight, right, John?
Turn the radio right down and not notice, but
that's right. 8 p.m. tonight.
A line in the song about the Habs getting it again, and if they do, that there might be a revolution, a rebellion against everything.
People think it's fixed, right?
Exactly. Everybody will
They're going to think it's fixed no matter what.
Well, that's it. Actually, that's in the chorus. So.
It's right back in the song.
You haven't wrecked it yet, but I'm just watching you try to tune.
What happened? The guitar sounded good when you were practicing there, John.
Once.
What happened?
All right, Peter, I think we're just...
All right. Just get going. Mick's trying to be a perfectionist on this one, but I understand that. You want to make it sound... Whoa,
all right.
Feedback.
All
right.
Okay, let's give it a try.
All right, here we go.
It doesn't sound right,
G.
Give me a C. Oh, I don't like it.
You sound sharp.
Yeah, I don't like it. Peter,
Yes?
I think we're going to wait.
Okay. Well, what happened? You guys practiced a few minutes ago. What, your guitar go wrong?
I can't work like this. I can't work like this. Let's go back to the phones. We'll just tease people with a little music behind the scenes. Peter, do you agree, though, that no matter who gets Connor Bedard, someone's going to say it's fixed?
Well, they always say that. The ping pong ball didn't go my way. But I think it's as fair as we can get, because you don't want teams just losing and faltering down the standings.
I don't think there's another way to do it.
There isn't.
Yeah.
So the Anaheim Ducks were the worst team in the league, and so they have the more percentage chance to get in the ping pong ball victory. So we'll see what happens tonight at 8 Eastern. And Connor McDavid will be a difference maker in that franchise for hopefully for years to come. You need those type of big time players. Simple as that. It's hard to win without big time players. And you look at Seattle. Is there a big-time name player other than maybe Matt Beniers, who's a sophomore?
He's going to be a big
He's
name.
there, right?
Yeah.
And Grubauer, we've seen him play before in Colorado, but not a big name. So they're doing it a lot by committee. Now, it did help that they're an expansion team. They had $0 on the cap, and so they can muster things together. But let's be honest, nobody thought after last year's way the season went, Mick, that this was going to be how their second year was going to be played out, and full value for them being up 2-1 in the series against the Dallas Stars.
John, I think I'm going to hold you over for the next segment. I don't want to rush the song.
Is that okay, John?
Yeah.
Is there a beer card out there?
There will be. 1-877-645-6696. Is this going to overshadow the game tonight? It's going to a degree, isn't it? Even though it's going to be a great game, most likely.
It's before the game, so it'll be a fanfare. Maybe not a lot of lead up to this one, but it's big. Edmonton and Connor McDavid in a big game, game number 3, a critical game always in a series. Mick, game number 3, you have that advantage if you lead up to in terms of games 2-1. But the way that game ended with not showing up, but Evander Kane doing a couple of punches on Keegan Colasar. I didn't like that.
The sending a message.
Routine.
We should ask John about that later. I'm sending a message. Who are you sending it to? And what message? We're going to be in the next game? We don't have time for a call here, do we?
No, we don't. We have a Monday left. But I will tell you this. Thomas Tatar fined $5,000 for high-sticking Carolina Hurricanes for Sebastian Aho yesterday in game number 3. That's the max you can give to a player for that incident. So $5,000 a lighter for Thomas Tatar, Mick.
Okay, John, play us out to the break.
There you go.
Play some chords as we go to the break.
I can do that. Leave my kitten alone.
Yeah, please.
Whoops.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right. It is under review. We do want to hear from you. 1-877-645-6696. A little Connor Bedard song coming back. Just trying to change things up so everything's not all the same, folks. Because if it's all the same, what's the sense? Oh, he's wailing now, folks. 1-877-645-6696. It is under review.
You better leave my kitten all alone. Whoa, whoa. Well, I tell you, big bad bulldog, you better leave her alone.
Welcome back to Under Review here on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio and the SXM app. Peter Burris here today. I think the boys have finally tuned everything up. Yes, and if you're just tuning in for the first time, yes, the phone lines continue to be open at 1-877-645-6696. But now it is time for the worldwide premiere of John Allaire. Tell us. The worldwide premiere is called?
It's called Connor's New Digs, and we all know that he's going somewhere, and he's got to live somewhere. So maybe we've had players in the past who refuse to go to places, and well, hopefully he'll stick around, because that doesn't sit well, when people get drafted by a city and they don't want to go there. Anyway, so here it is. Are we all set?
Ready. Right. Here it is. Connor's New Digs Draft Lottery. Go ahead. Kick it in.
Will it be a condo overlooking the Lake Michigan shore, or a row house on the Detroit River with Windsor right next door? Or will he be in Philly climbing up the rocky stairs, or a little desert coochie house in the dry Arizona air? It's Connor's New Digs. It's Connor's New Digs. teams think the gig was rigged, picking Connor's new digs. Will he know the way to San Jose? La 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 la. Or the haunted house at Mickey and Minnie's place at the Disney Esplanade. Or Brownstone in Verdun ends up being the one. The 2 in a row won't sit well, you know, with the teams who are in the race. It's Connor's new digs. It's Connor's new digs. The losing team thinks the gig was rigged, picking Connor's new digs. Woo! It's Connor's new digs. It's Connor's new digs. The losing team thinks the gig was rigged, picking Connor's. It's Connor's new digs. It's Connor's new digs. The Jackets at Team join the Capital Dreams, picking Connor's new digs.
Yeah! Now there's a ditty. Connor's new digs, John Allaire on guitar, Mick Kern on bass. Boys, how do you feel about that performance?
I feel like good help is hard to find.
Yeah, I like to do that. We do another take. I totally lost track at one point and started doing Iron Butterfly. That's fun. Yeah.
There was something in there, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Well, you know, it's called fusion.
In the
Confusion,
second
right?
chorus, John, can you read the lyrics? It was really well put together. What were those lyrics about? Like, some about Verdun and Mickey, Minnie, and Minnie. What was that?
Oh, okay. So, yeah. Will he know the way to San Jose? La 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 la. Or the haunted house at Mickey and Minnie's place at the Disney Esplanade. But if a brownstone in Verdun ends up being the one, 2 in a row won't sit well, you know, with the teams who are in the race.
Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Willie. Really well woven in, Mick. What do you think about your performance there, sir?
Well, you know, I'm better, but, you know, I was playing jazz and he was playing folk, so I call it joke when you put the two words together.
Jazz and folk, yeah.
There you go.
So where is he going? Where in your crystal ball? Bedard's wearing which uniform in Nashville at the end of June?
I kind of want to say Detroit.
You see that, do you?
It's you know, I'm just I see a little red wing. Not that I want him there.
I understand,
but that's possible. You know.
See, you can't go to Montreal because people will yell fixed. Especially it'll be the new Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I would like that.
Yeah, I would like.
I mean, I'm a Habs fan, and I also would like him north of the border. But you know,
you're a Pete Mahovlich guy growing up.
I was a Pete Mahovlich.
Why Big Pete?
He was kind of. We had the same style. He was a big, strong center, going just crashing the net and seeing what happens.
And lots of jokes.
And yeah.
Yeah. Right. Well, when and where can people hear you? What's going on, John, musically? Tell us, please.
Well, I'm actually going on a U.S. tour in a couple of weeks. The Ottawa folks can still see me at Quinn's next week, but I'm going to Atlantic City. I've got a sold-out show there, so don't bother with that one. And New York City, I'm backing up somebody else in New York City. And then I've got shows in McHenry, what's it called, Maryland, and a couple of shows in West Virginia, one at the Purple Fiddle in Thomas, and Wheeling, and then a full weekend of 4 or 5 shows in Pittsburgh. They dig me in Pittsburgh.
I know they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yes. Wow, I wonder if Crosby, does he get a VIP seat if he...
Oh, I'm sure he's not in Pittsburgh right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure he's
you
back.
Never know. Maybe Mario's there, and all of a sudden he's listening. I know Mario listens.
Hey, you say that, but at one of his gigs, Bruce was at one of his gigs once.
Bruce,
the boss.
The boss.
Oh,
and he spoke to him after about 3 minutes, and then Bruce told him to leave.
Yeah,
right?
in Jersey. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So there you go.
So that's what I'm saying. You
So
never
careful
know
what
who
you say.
shows
You
up.
never know who shows up.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So, John, thank you. Appreciate that.
Well, we had fun. Did we have fun?
Yeah. Security, please get them out here.
Don't show them back to the green room. He'll wreck the place now.
That's right. It's the Who. 1-877-645-6696. Where's Bedard going? To the Rangers. Who's going to be the new coach of the Rangers, John?
Oh, I don't know. I was going to put my. I like New York City.
Yeah.
I was going to put my name in, but
Yeah, I feel a little off the radar there. But yeah, you never know.
you never. I have no
Stevie Wise
idea.
thing.
I've actually lost track of who really wants to be coaching the NHL these days because it's not a great job.
You got about 2.5 years and you're gone and everyone hates you.
That's right. Yeah,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Phone calls. Let's do it when we come back. It's under review. 1-877-645-6696.